It can't end.
Nope. We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
Throws toward the corner of the end zone. It is intercepted! Intercepted! The Ducks have the ball! To the end zone! Touchdown, Oregon! Mariota dives! Touchdown! They hand it off. Straight! C.J. Verdell wins the game for Oregon! Inside the 10! A hat-trick, a touchdown from Justin Herbert! Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out, and that'll do it! Welcome to the Big Ten, Oregon. They storm the field at Austin.
All right, Duck fans, here we go. Welcome into another edition of the Ducks Rising Alumni Corner. This is a special one. We've been teasing it. This is one we've been looking forward to. I, of course, am always joined by my good friend Travis Rooke-Ley, but the man of the hour, none other than Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Tez Johnson, an Oregon fan favorite. Tez, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Tez, obviously grateful for your time. I know it's been a busy time for you, an exciting time for you. We have some Oregon questions we want to ask, but we feel like we have to start here. You obviously went viral a little bit this weekend with your touchdown catch against the 49ers. Not just the catch, the flip, but also the your reaction afterwards. So we just got to ask, how long did you believe the MVP chants were for you before you had some second thoughts?
Bro, literally, like, when I scored and once I was hearing it, I'm like, I have no shot at this MVP thing. And then I'm like, why are they chanting that? So I literally go ask my teammate, Shep, I got to have better awareness than what I had. But I literally asked him, I'm like, but who's they chanting MVP for? And he was like, Baker. And I was like, for what? And then obviously he was like, because he threw you the pass. He's going off right now. I was like, he is going off. And he is balling. So it makes sense.
What if the reaction's been like just from your teammates? Because obviously
I've been walking around the
about that
facility
now.
saying MVP. Like, they keep calling me MVP. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta have better awareness.
You had an expectation of what life in the NFL would be like. I'm curious how it's lived up to that so far.
I mean, like, I always thought like it'll be exactly like college, but it's really not. Like, you go right back to that if you was a freshman, like how you step into college, you're a freshman, you got to prove yourself. Like, it's all that again, just at a different level. The terminology is kind of the same, but longer. So you got to really think. You got to think in the run game. The pass game, if you're a receiver, it kind of comes easy, but when the run game hits you, it's like, oh Lord, like, these O-linemen got to ID all these guys, and now I got to ID them too, just to work with them and the tight ends to get them. Is definitely different, but you kind of think, like, you kind of just take that challenge on and just be able to manage your time while you're in the facility, while you're outside the facility, to learn those things so you can be out there on a Sunday, and when they can feel like they can trust you on the field, they put you out there in those situations, and they feel comfortable about it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, they have to trust you. So,
Have you had like a welcome to the league moment yet? Whether that was practice, training camp, something like that?
man, yes, Philly. I wanted to go push cracker safety. Goodness gracious alive. And he came down so fast, and I went up and tried to take the block on, and literally my head started ringing. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. This is where I look back at the sideline, I tapped my helmet twice, and I was like, yeah, come get me real quick. Let me reboot real quick. Let me gather myself real quick and come back out here. But yeah, that's my welcome to NFL moment, and also just seeing the guys that you play the game with on a Sunday. Like, when you see the Christian McCaffrey, the Trent Williams, and stuff like that, like, it's so real. But then again, now you're out there and you playing against those guys and you want to beat them. I guess it's pretty elite. Just seeing, like, this past Sunday, Fred Warner probably is an alien. Like, you know how you got that picture of a guy that's like, you picture what he's going to look like before you hit the field. Fred Warner was not what I pictured. He's huge. He's looked like, if you ever seen like Alien vs. Predator, like, he looks like the Predator with the dreads, and he's running through everything. Like, he's the best at that position, 100% by far.
I saw there was that video of you, like, seeing his injury and, like, the reaction
Yeah.
to that. It was like, "Oh, yeah," that was kinda one of those moments like, "Oh, yeah, this is a very brutal game."
Yeah, I mean, I'm praying for him and his family. Yeah, I mean, during this time it's gonna be hard, but just praying that they seek God during this time. Um, but seeing it was just one of those things. It was so unfortunate because how great of a player he is, and like how hard he works to do what he does, and he's the best at that position. And you hate for something like that to happen to a guy like him because he's a really great person. Um, but praying for him and his family, and just hoping and wishing for a speedy recovery.
Tell me a little bit about Baker. I mean, we talked about him a little bit earlier, but there's this outside perception of him, and I think, that's improved greatly over the years from his transition to the Browns, to the Panthers, now to the Bucks. What's it been like playing with him, kind of being in a locker room with him, just having him as a teammate?
What I admire, like, what I just respect the most about Baker is how he carries himself around the facility, how he treats people. Other than football, like it's just how he is as a person. Like, I mean, if you know his story, like he's been through a lot. And one time, like one part of his life is like the whole world against him, and now it's like everyone is for him. So he done seen both sides of it. So he can care less what anybody thinks about him. I mean, like me as a rookie, me coming in with Mecca, um, the way he immediately got in our ears and wanted us to learn the playbook and wanted us to do good as soon as we got there. It made us feel so comfortable and ready to play immediately for this guy. And you see all the highlights of him running and stuff like that and how he making plays, but to actually see it in person, you like, nah, this like he's wired a little different. Like he's a different animal when you hit the field. And you love to play with a quarterback like that. It gives everybody confidence, and no matter who's on the field with him, he gonna trust him 100% because we done been through it already. So yeah,
How special has it been to be paired up with Bucky again and be teammates with him in Tampa Bay?
elite. I mean, I love that dude. Like, talk every day. Uh, he's literally one of the best running backs in the country, and I mean, we knew that since the Oregon days. I mean, he's he's one of a kind. You don't come across like people like him, and to have him as a brother is is so real. It's definitely fun playing with him, hanging out with him every day. So yeah.
I want to go to Oregon a little bit. You predicted ahead of the Rose Bowl last year that Dante would be a Heisman finalist. I think at this point in the year, that's looking like a pretty smart prediction. Curious how you feel now, and I imagine the word is like vindicated.
No, I mean, I knew it the whole time. Me and Trayshawn, we said, I remember in practice, we said it together. We looked at each other. He threw a pass. It was crazy. He was like, nah, somehow, some way, he's gonna be in that room for the Heisman. Like, the dude is smart. He's humble. He's not this cocky quarterback. He loves the game, don't get me wrong. Like, he always trying to look for things to improve on. Like, and that's what you see in guys like that, like, to lead a team. And me saying that, I have fully confidence. Like, I seen it before. It's new to other people, but you don't see the behind the scenes when we had practice with the guy. Like, he's one of those guys, like, he took that year and he knew he was gonna sit, and it's like he wanted to get better. And that's what you respect out of him. A lot of guys just transfer and want to play immediately. He took that shot, and he sat behind a really great quarterback that was also a Heisman finalist, and we had a really, really good run. And now he sees that, he learning, like, from that year, and now it's his time to shine. I mean, he deserves everything that's coming to him. I mean, just only a matter of time, he's playing even better than what he's already been playing.
Given kind of what you saw from him last year and what you expected going to this year, has this been what you expected? Has he exceeded it? Like, what has it looked like relative to what you had expected coming into the year?
I mean, everything he's been doing is what I expected. I think the one the one highlight they did, Penn State rolled to the right, make the DN miss, slip inside, sidearm GB for a touchdown. That was muscle memory. Like, I've seen that so many times at practice, and I done seen it on a rope way farther down the field than what he threw the GB. So I just seen it all from Dante. And don't get me wrong, they got a lot of good quarterbacks in that room, and may the best man win in that room. But when you see that type of thing from a quarterback like Dante, you have full faith in him. And I love him to death. He deserves everything coming his way.
I want to ask you about Dakorien. He is
Yeah.
he's been special
was
so
waiting
far
for
this
that.
year. What are your thoughts on him? I mean, obviously you didn't get to play with him, but I think you obviously knew of him coming in.
Yeah.
Like, what have you thought about him so far?
I knew he was going to be like, I don't want to say nothing to the media before he got there because, I mean, we seen it behind the scenes. Me, Coach Junior Adams, Trayshawn, Gary Bryant, we all knew what we had coming in there. And we was like, we had one more year, we win the Natty. Like, it's not even going to be close. Well, the only competition we probably had would be O State. And Dakorien, he's one of those guys that coming out of like high school and you just know. Like when he caught the one hand in the poly like bull, that was insane. And that what solidified like, okay, he got you one. And I just hope he like break records and everything at Oregon. Like I hope he go out there the reception record for Troy. I mean for me, and then the record for Troy that Troy has there too. So I mean, I hope he has so much success there. He got 4 years, or he could be 3 and done. So I mean, who knows? That kid is good.
How normal is it for you guys to like follow and know about an incoming kid like that when you're on your way out? I mean, do you guys follow all the recruits that closely? Is it just a guy like Dakorien where you're like plugged into him? Are you guys chatting with him, while you're still there and he's still in high school? Like, what does that dynamic look like?
I mean, yeah, because I mean, it was all part of the recruiting process. Like we wanted him there. We knew what type of player he was going to be, and we knew he was going to play as a true freshman when we left. So we wanted him to have that chance to get there, learn early, play early, and throughout the years get better and better. Like Junior Adams was the receiver coach when I was there. We always stayed in touch with Dakorien. Like it was what he wore on game day, like in high school, like what's his drip was like. Because I mean, that thing matter if you really think about it, right? It really matters in Oregon. But just giving pointers on that, like how to run these types of routes now, or like how if he don't have the game he like, how he can, you feel me, like move on from it and learn from it. But we knew exactly like why we wanted him there at Oregon when we left, because he's going to be one of the next best things there. And then, I mean, also he was going to pair up with Evan Stewart, so it was going to be like, okay, we're going to have a run.
Who does he remind you of? I mean, he doesn't have I would say he doesn't have the quickness that you do. He doesn't have the top end speed or the length that Troy does, but like, who does he kind of remind you of? Even opening up to the NFL, like what type of prototype do you see for him?
In the league, wow. He got he got a lot in his bag. That's the craziest thing. Like you see freshmen nowadays and kids come out of high school, it's nothing you really seen yet from the guy. Okay, I say he got the speed because he's fast as can be. Like he has the speed of the guy from gosh, I can't even think of his name.
From where?
From the Ravens. What's his name? Zay. He got the speed of
Hollywood?
Zay. No,
Oh, Zay. Okay.
Zay. He got the speed of Zay, just not the twitchiness. But he got hands like Emeka Ibuka, which is crazy. He got hands like Mek, speed like Zay, but he got that savviness just like himself, like he's always been in high school. Like he's one of those guys that you can see early, like in the league, just make an impact whenever he makes it there. Like he got that potential.
You mentioned Emeka, and it reminds me of a question I wanted to ask earlier, so I'm going to go a little bit off script here, but just how early did you know that yourself and Emeka would like have a chance to get on the field and play? Obviously, you guys got some veterans in the room there. Like, what were those conversations like coming in? And was, Emeka as a first rounder, yourself as a seventh rounder, like he probably felt he could make an early impact. Did you know you could make one? And like, what was that like for you guys coming in there?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like mini camp with Mac was probably I can't even lie. I felt a certain type of way because he was from Ohio State. I was like, okay, this guy from Ohio State. Like I don't really,
Can
but
ask that.
he's a really genuine good guy. Like he's one of those guys that you want to be around. He's a wise guy. Like my dad always say, find those wise people to hang around. And he's one of those. His openly like his open. He's so open about his faith, and he loved to help others. Like Mecca, he deserves everything. I see why he went first round. And what's crazy to me and what's shocking to me is he wasn't the number one receiver at Ohio State, and he's even better in the league than he was at Ohio State. And it's like when I look forward to a Sunday going to watch him play. Like I tell him that all the time. I say, bro, you're the best rookie in the league. And like I stand 10 toes down on that because he is. And like he's so helpful. He helped me a lot as far as plays to run game. Like even when I was struggling with anything, like he's always there to help me. Kind of just he's one of those people that like his individual success is no bigger than the next guy. So like having Mecca on that team is really, really beneficial. And I feel like I knew he was going to play early. Like I'd have seen it. Like I knew he was going to play early, not just because he was first round, not because of the situation, just because of like how he carried himself and like how he prepared himself for it. Me, on the other hand, I had that same thought, but I knew I had to work a little bit harder, a little bit more, put in the extra work and the extra time to go out there and just show and prove that I can really play. And times come, he and Mac told me like, hey, when your time comes, you're gonna succeed. And the coaching staff here too, they just know like when it comes, I know you're not gonna miss it. And they just always in my ear, just encouraging me. Like it's no better place to be than here in Tampa.
You mentioned it a little bit, but what is that trash talk like? I mean, you
Man,
got 2
Mac,
games against the Mecca before. You got him once. He got you once.
hey, I talk smack to Mac every day. Like every day I talk smack to Mac. Like Mac, like when I see Mac, it's just it can be me eating snacks and he wants some and I'm not sharing. Like, cause I'm not no. He always said, you stingy. I'm like, I ain't stingy. You just went to Ohio State. That's all it is. Like, he just went to Ohio State. And I tell him all the time, he swear that we pumped noise in Austin when he came out there. He was like, there's no way it was that loud. And I was like, bro, we don't pump noise. Like, that's us. That's what we do. Like, you come there, each body is, he always says it's the loudest game you played in. So, I mean, and we beat him the first time. And that's all I can talk about. He like, what's happened Rose Bowl? And I'm like, look, hey, whatever happened, happened. But I know what happened when it came to Austin. So, yeah.
Good stuff. So obviously, like, curious your thoughts on this year's team, 5-1 so far. Tough last game against Indiana. Like, what have you seen from this team in general so far this year?
I mean, you talking about the Oregon team?
Yeah.
Well, I felt like I still feel like they the best team in the country. We're gonna see Indiana again. Trust me. I just wore an Indiana shirt today. I almost burnt it, but because I lost a bet and I had to pay my dues.
Who'd you lose it to?
I don't even want to say his name. Some old lineman. I'm gonna just keep it like that. Some old lineman, man. But no, I lost a bet to him. He got me a shirt. He wore a 2X, so it was huge on me. Looked like I had on a bathrobe. So, we're gonna see Indiana again. It just take time. I felt like the team needed this just a wake up call because I mean, it was so much hype around us, and it was so much like, you know, like all this, like, oh, this guy's great, this guy's good. Like, who's gonna guard this guy? And I feel like as a team we needed it. And yeah, I still rep Oregon to the death of me. Like I wear Oregon every day in the facility, and they be like, put on Tampa Bay. Let me see something. I got so much to get from Oregon, I'm not finna let it go to waste. So
You know what this coaching staff is like after a loss. What do you think, practices like this week? What do you expect from them going forward?
I immediately said, as soon as we lost that game, I said, oh Lord, practice on Tuesday is gonna be crazy. They body's gonna be hurting, but they gonna go back out. Watch how it's gonna be kind of like when we lost what year was that? I wanna say 23 or 24 when we went up to Washington and lost.
23.
23, yeah, when we went up to Washington and lost. The rampage we went on after we lost that. I feel like that's how it's gonna be now. They finna go on a rampage and beat everybody till they see Indiana and Ohio State.
Curious, want to ask like a uniform question, Tez. Were you involved much like on the uniform committees your last couple of years at Oregon?
Yes.
How, so obviously this year, like the big announcement around the shoe dog uniforms and the connection with Phil and all that
I
stuff.
want that jersey so bad, yo. I want that. I wish I would have wore it because I knew exactly what I would have put on. I always like figure like I look at a picture and I be like, okay, I'll wear this with this and this with this. Like I try to put it and piece it together. Yeah, that jersey I go viral for that jersey for sure.
I'm sure you can get Kenny to send you one.
Yeah, but I just like my years. I'm gonna let them have their years. When I go back, I just try to go in there and get a jersey for sure.
So how much knowledge did you guys have that was coming like a year out, or was that a thing that mostly just kind of got leaked and worked on by this year's team?
Oregon does a really great job of not letting anyone know like what's next. Like really great job because I wanted to know. Everybody wanted to know what the new jerseys look like, and when they came out with this mummy theme, I'm like, yo, okay. I need them cleats, and which is crazy. I just wore it this past Sunday. I wore them. I caught my first touchdown in them, and Kenny immediately texted me and said, "It has to be the shoes." And it's one of those things like, yeah, it must have been the shoes because they were elite, and they'll probably be out or something on the internet later. But they pretty elite. They got the mummy. They had the shoe dog. That black green against Indiana was pretty tough. It kind of reminded me of Big Ten, just without the green pants. That was pretty tough. I like those.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which is outside of the shoe dog, which is the one that you wanted to wear the most, that you wish you
Oh,
wore the
Mummy,
most when
Penn
you were there?
State. Penn
Mummy?
State. Yeah, I would wear the Penn State, the white on black, look real good. Just black helmets, white jersey, black pants. Like, it's just traditional. And I just go probably all white down just so the brown mud from the grass can get on the, like when you get tackled, it'll pretty much be elite.
I think I can say this because this actually won't get published until after the announcement, but you're gonna love what they're wearing this week if you've not already seen them.
I haven't, but I'm pretty sure
They're
it's gonna
going, they're going Stormtroopers with that marble helmet.
Oh my gosh, bro. See,
And
that's
like the black wings on the helmet. Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait to see him.
So, Tez, we got to start some quick hitters for you. But since we're on the uniform talk, what was the favorite uniform you wore in your time at Oregon?
Illinois, by far. Illinois with the yellow and black.
Yep.
Because I had the black helmet, yellow jersey, black pants. I had one leg sleeve on the left leg, but I had yellow spat with the silver coming out the cleats. So I kind of made a highlight, and then I caught my first one to catch that game. So it was pretty elite. I love that game. Bro, I'm detailed when it comes to stuff like that.
I remember
Perfect
asking you
fit
in
in
media day. We were talking when the college football game that came out, and we were talking about that. And you just went into like this 10-minute long like preamble about like your uniform choices and all the different games. I was like, all right, this is my guy.
Yeah, I can definitely like piecing together uniforms, or like I told Kenny one day I want to just customize a uniform for Oregon. I promise it would be the best uniform they ever wore. It would be the best uniform they ever wore.
All right, next quick hitter. What was the most hyped post-game locker room that you've ever been in at Oregon?
Utah. Went up to Utah, beat them on college game day, and it was that post game, and that was the last time. Really, that was the last time I just felt like, as a team, we was just so locked in and dialed in, and Kyrie was on top with the duck. It was pretty elite.
That's awesome. Who's the best player you ever played against in college?
Against in college?
Yes.
It got to be an Oregon teammate or just period?
No, anyone.
Best player I ever played against, Jordan Hancock from Ohio State, number 7, by far. Him and Derek Hartman.
Yeah.
Derek
Gotta throw
Henry.
a duck on there.
Yeah,
Got
that's a good
to.
answer. Outside of Austin Stadium, what was the loudest stadium you've ever been in?
Washington up there at that
Yeah.
place when we wore the eggshell with the chrome helmet. Yeah, that's when they had Penix, J Mac, and I still talk smack to J Mac. Don't get me wrong. Like we hate them Huskies. We got 2 tight ends here that's from them Huskies. So yeah,
We got to get another couple ducks there to even it out for you.
yeah. It's just me. Well, we got a coach that played there too, and he's our tight ends coach. He's an Oregon guy.
All right. Is there a coach or teammate who had a lasting impact on your life beyond football?
My pops and Junior Adams, 100%.
Do you guys play
How did-
Tampa or play Dallas this year? You gonna be able to see
Nah, I
him?
wanted to. I wanted to play him so bad. I talk to him every day though.
That's awesome.
That's good. I love that. Which game or which play still plays in your head like it was yesterday?
Was
And what were
game
you wearing?
play? Okay, I'm gonna give you 2. USC. I want to say first drive. The spin off the safety, we wore yellow and black, and I had one leg sleeve with the one spat on, and I spun off the safety. He plays at the Texans right now, Bullock, and it was like a 75-yarder. It was pretty elite. And I remember I couldn't hear a thing when I scored. Everything was quiet until like I got to the sideline and sat down. And also Ohio State, the long touchdown into the student section, and I slid like face first on my arm. I got like a turf run up my right arm. And I was wearing all black, one leg sleeve.
I was
There we go.
convinced you were gonna go Boise State punt return in that same end zone.
That's
I can
probably
picture
that's
that
one of my tops too. Don't get me wrong. That's probably my top 2. When you say play, I be thinking like, all right, receiver play. But that Boise State one, I remember. Can I tell y'all about it? I'm gonna tell y'all about that.
Please.
That Boise State, we was already like going back and forth. That's probably the first game I stood up and watched a guy actually like play Genty. Like I was like, okay, nah, this guy good. And I remember me like saying to myself, all right, next punt return, I'm gonna be aggressive no matter what. And Trey was like, you finna go score a touchdown. I didn't pay him no mind, but I remember hearing him say it. Like I didn't pay him no mind. So I go out there and I walk back and I'm walking and I was like, I don't know why, but I had an itch on my right leg. Like I grabbed it. I had an itch on my right leg. I'm like, oh my goodness. And the fact that I still remember that, I'm like, what? I got an itch. And then he punted it out of nowhere. And I was like, oh wow. All right, it's up in the air. And I caught it, made a guy missed. Now rest is history because when I'm running, you can actually see Coach Landon like pointing down and actually chasing me. I'm like, yeah, I probably scored. And then I just took a leap. I wanted to jump from like the 10, like Superman, but I was like, nah, I can't. I don't know if they're going to flag me or not. I legitimately wanted to backflip after that. But I was like, nah, this game too close.
This may be a hard question to answer, but like, what's the favorite win that you ever had at Oregon? Is there one that stands out?
Ohio State.
You think
Ohio
so?
State was my favorite win. And favorite win was Ohio State and Penn State. 100%. Ohio State just because it's a field rush college game day. My first time ever winning on college game day. Penn State, obviously, record setter in Big Ten championship. So it was pretty elite.
You mentioned those 2 incredible wins. Like, how do you think about last year, given how it ended, but those amazing games, Big Ten title, stuff like that?
I mean, I can't really say too much, but I wish we would have played week 1 instead of having a bye. Like I always like say, like, all right, we play week 1, we'll be callous for week 2. Because if you really think about it, Ohio State had that game against Tennessee. That was just a punching bag. So when they got to us, they was already still in game mode. We coming off versus a really, really good team, and we got handed them off, smack, just like that. It was like, couldn't really do nothing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's wrap it up there. I know that you guys got a big game on Monday night against Detroit this week, so it really does mean a ton that you would take some time out of your day and spend it with us, talk to us. So thank you again very much. Best of luck this weekend. Best of luck this season. Stay healthy, and thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Tez.